Sorry about that.
No problem.
We just wanted to get a few pictures of your hands and stuff. And I'll explain a little bit the reasoning why we do that, okay?
In this video, rapper Ynw Melly will work together with the authorities, sharing information about a shooting he was involved in. He will provide complete details to law enforcement officers, including the identities of those involved and any additional pertinent information.
First off, I'm Detective Metz. This is Detective Kerensky. I'm sure you met him. You haven't really talked to me much. Like I said, I went to high school to your mom, so hopefully we can see if we can help each other out a little bit, okay? Before I talk to you, I got to read you Miranda warning. Do you know what that is? That's what they tell you on TV, where you have the right to remain silent. I'm going to read it to you anyway, but that's very much what it is, okay? All right, you have the right to remain silent. You understand that, right? Anything you say can or will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that, right? Okay. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish one. Do you understand? Now that you know that, you want to talk to me about what happened today?
Melly tried to manipulate the detectives by prompting them to talk about what they already knew regarding the investigation. This is a common tactic used by criminals to make them confess to information that officers are already aware of, rather than revealing something new.
That's not the way it works, brother. Obviously, no. I mean, we wouldn't be talking to you if we didn't know what happened, but I need you to tell me the honest truth. I'm here to help you, believe it or not. I know you don't believe me, but...
It went down so fast,
What happened? I know it was about a fight that happened yesterday, right?
No, I had nothing to do with it.
Well, I know you didn't have anything to do with it, but this is the reasoning why you guys got in an argument, right? Well, then help me set it straight for you. You tell me what happened.
It's just they've been messing with me, and they would... Yeah, somebody was over there when I was walking through to get my food at the Plum Tomato. I don't know which one it was. It was at least 8 people out there. Somebody pulled the gun out. They pulled the gun out. I ran up to the blue apartment. Upstairs, they was looking at me. And then they heard a gunshot. And then I went downstairs. And I went to People's house that y'all found me at. And we just chilled over there. And then just heard the cops was there. Cops outside, helicopters that was outside, so I was just like, dang.
Hey, you said someone pulled a gun. Who pulled a gun?
I don't know.
Okay, well, who'd you see with a gun? You know all those guys, right? You don't? You sure it wasn't you that had the gun? Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. What happened when the police found you up there? What were you doing in apartment 216?
Hiding under the bed.
Why?
Somebody said the cops were looking for me.
Okay, you didn't do anything wrong. Why do you need to hide from the cops?
Because I knew my name was going to be involved in it, regardless.
Why?
Because I had something to do with it.
What did you have to do with it?
The people I got into the argument with.
Okay. You want to tell me a little more about it? Now, I know there's more to it. I mean, I have a pretty good grasp of what's going on.
I ain't had no gun.
You know what we just did, right, with the photographs that you told us we could do?
Yeah, fingerprint.
No.
What?
Okay. The reason why she uses special lenses is to see if you have any kind of gunshot residue on your hands. Okay? You want to be honest with me and tell me what's going on? Now's the time, man. You what, 15 years old? You got to choose a path in your life right now. Either A, you're going to be honest with us, and we can see what we can do to help you out, or B, you're going to live a very tragic life. So why don't you tell me the truth of what really happened?
That's all I know.
Remember what I told you when we were out there, when we first found you? Okay, we talked about it, right? We talked about everything that kind of transpired already. Okay, now we have you down here. Detective Pence just explained to you what we just did. Okay, Remember all the factors we discussed? Okay? What I told you out there about, witnesses and everything else? Now's the time to be honest, okay? Like I told you, a lot of the stuff we don't need because we have all this evidence already. Now's your time.
You really need to think about what you're going to do. Because now is the time to try to be honest and try to make things right. Okay? If you shot in self-defense or something, you need to let us know.
I did.
What happened?
Somebody at the Plum Tomato pulled out a gun on me.
Who?
One of the kids.
Somebody you go to school with?
Yeah.
Same grade?
Yeah.
What's he go by?
Trying to think. I think he goes to the alternative.
Alright, what's his street name?
I know his last name, Gillespie.
Gillespie?
Okay. What kind of gun was it?
38 revolver.
How you know it was a 38?
I seen it.
How close?
This close.
Okay. So what did you do then?
I ran away.
Where'd you get your gun from?
It's alright to be honest.
I don't know.
One of your friends give it to you?
Something like that.
Okay, where'd you put it? Because I knew you put it somewhere.
Did you give it back to your buddy?
Mm-mm.
Listen, we know you're trying to hide the truth from us. Just be honest with us and tell us what's going on. We can see what we can do to help you out.
There ain't no helping me.
There is helping you. This isn't the final moment of your life. Okay? Life continues past here, right? We make poor choices in life. Nobody's perfect.
You didn't kill anybody. You're going along that path, but you haven't done it yet.
Right?
It's not too late for you.
This is just a hiccup in the road. Alright? Let's move past it. Okay? I know it's inside you. I know it's hurting you inside. You want to talk about it. Let's just get through it.
Those people at Plum Tomato said you're a good kid, and then how shocked that they were that they saw you do that. There's witnesses that saw you do it, Jamal. I mean, I'm not making this stuff up. Why would I have to make stuff up in order to talk to you? I mean, the case against you is very strong. I'm trying to help you out right now. Now, it's either you're going to help yourself out or you're not. I'm trying to help you help yourself out. But you got to be honest with us. Okay? So tell us what happened from the beginning. What happened today?
One of the kids pulled out a gun on me at the Plum Tomato.
Okay.
Ran to the top of the blue apartments.
Okay. Then what?
They had theirs pointed at me. And they had theirs pointed. I fired mine.
Okay. What happened when you fired yours?
I wasn't aiming at nobody. I just fired it so they could recognize when I fired it.
How'd you fire it? Did you go like this? Did you go like that? How were you holding it?
I shot up.
Okay. How many times did you shoot?
Just once.
Just once? Alright. Now the most important part. Where did you put the gun?
It's long gone. There's nowhere around here.
Where is it?
Mm-hmm.
That's a big part of it, Jamal.
Your parents seem like very good parents. The last thing I want to do is go to them one night and say that Jamal just got in a shooting and Jamal's dead. You realize this is the life you're about to lead, right? I'm trying to stop that. You've got to be honest with me. Where is that gun?
Did you give it to one of the other kids that left the apartment? Did you throw it somewhere? Well, it's one of the two. You still have it on you? No, right?
No.
So, I mean, it's got to be one of those areas. Either you gave it to someone, you threw it, or you still have it on you. We know it's not on you. But listen, it's where the gun is really not the end of the world. Just tell us where it is so we can get it off the street. Somebody doesn't get hurt with it. Okay?
I don't know where it's at.
Who'd you give it to?
I don't know.
Did you give it to your boy that we already got? You sure?
He ain't had nothing to do with it.
Did you give it to your girlfriend?
Sure.
You gave it to your girlfriend.
Mm-mm.
You want somebody else to get shot with that gun?
Ain't nobody gonna get hurt with it.
How you know? There's got to be a reason why you're saying that. Well, how do you know?
'Cause I know.
So that means that you think that it's in a safe place to where A, nobody's going to find it, or B, that person isn't going to do anything with it. So that being said, you need to know where the gun is, Jamal. Look, you're already in trouble anyway. It's not like if we find the gun, it's going to make it any different for you. Okay? But what you can do is, by telling us where the gun is we can say that you were honest with us and you cooperated with us, rather than us trying to do a manhunt basically for where the gun is. Look, being honest is the best way to be on everything.
Can I explain something to you, Jamal? Alright, you know we found the shell casing from the scene, right?
So am I.
You just told us you fired the gun.
That's not my shell case. That's not none of mine.
Okay, what kind of gun did you use then? You know what kind of gun it was, come on. Did you have a revolver too? If you're going to be honest with us, be honest with us. I mean, you already told us you fired the gun. Which we knew anyway. Listen, don't be half-truthful. If you're going to do it all the way. That way I can call your parents and say you're completely cooperative and honest with us. Because I know you care about that. I can tell by looking at you when you're talking to your parents.
I don't know where the gun is at, though.
Yes, you do.
Why don't you tell us? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of by telling us where the gun is? And I'll try to help you figure it out.
I don't know how much time I'm even facing right now.
What does it have to do with you telling us where the gun is?
It might make it worse.
I'm telling you it's not. It's going to be the same charge no matter what. Biggest difference is I can put in the paperwork that you told us where the gun was and that you were honest about everything that occurred.
Remember over at the scene what we talked about with trust? You know, we're a small portion of your life, okay? You talk to mom and dad, right? Your trust with mom and dad goes on, right? We'll be out of your life before you know it. Mom and dad will always be in your life, right? Mom and dad were pretty upset about this whole ordeal, right? We talked about trust. Your parents have to trust you. And part of rebuilding that trust is you being honest. Like Detective Metz just explained to you, okay? That trust goes a long way. We talk to mom and dad and we tell mom and dad, listen, your son made a mistake. He did something foolish. He's learned from it. How do we know you learned from it? Because you're honest with us. Okay? You're not a criminal, are you? Are you perfect? Nobody in this room here is perfect, right? We've all made our mistakes. We've all done foolish things. Okay? The difference is people that learn from their mistakes usually go on to lead good lives. People that hide behind their mistakes continue to make those same mistakes. Right? You know, I can tell by talking to mom and dad that you're a good kid with a good household. All right? People care about you. That means you have an opportunity to go far, even if you made a mistake. Don't hide behind foolishness now. Let's kind of figure out what's going on so you can move forward. We don't want to live in this and just keep having this hang over our heads. You understand that? Let's just kind of get this figured out so we can move on. so we can all start kind of rebuilding our lives, getting back to where we should be. Part of that is telling us where that gun is, though.
Somewhere in the river.
It's in the river? Where'd you throw it? Off the bridge? Jamal. That's not rebuilding trust. That's hiding still. You worried about getting somebody else in trouble?
I ain't that type of person.
What?
I ain't that type of person.
What's that?
I can't tell nobody else.
Somebody else? Did somebody else throw the gun in the river for you?
Mm-mm.
Did you throw the gun in the river?
Mm-mm.
So then why do you say the gun's in the river?
There's got to be a bottom line answer to this. You can't kind of keep dancing around. If you want to be honest, then let's be honest. You said the gun's in the river, okay. Where? Location.
Y'all got the footage.
What's that?
Y'all even got the footage.
Footage of what?
Me?
What do you mean, footage?
It's nothing but witnesses.
There's a lot of stuff, Jamal. Like I said, I just took you in there to take photographs of your hands. Okay, that shows what we call gunshot residue. Okay? You understand what that is? You shoot a gun, right? What's going to be all over your hands? It's going to be what we call gunshot residue. Okay? The special lenses that she was using and everything helps her show what's there. Okay? There's witnesses that saw you there fire. Okay? Also, witnesses saw you pull the gun. So, I mean, there's no way getting out of this one way or another.
And you didn't go to the river, Jamal.
You didn't have that kind of time. Long way to the river. It does make a difference to people if they're going to either be honest with us or lie to us.
And I just ain't telling you.
What's the difference?
You're not getting any street cred for that. That doesn't make you a better person. You know what that makes you?
What?
Foolish. Because you can't be honest. And like I said, that goes back to trust. You understand that what happens with that gun? God forbid somebody else gets their hands on that gun.
Your fingerprints are all over it. Somebody uses that gun and whatever it's going to be and your prints are on it, people are going to come and looking for you again if the police get involved. You thought about that?
Wasn't my gun, though.
Doesn't matter. Your prints are all over it. You obviously held it and fired it, did you not? So then your fingerprints are going to be all over that gun. You going to help us find the gun, or are you just going to kind of not say anything?
I ain't gonna say anything about the gun.
You at least going to tell me what kind of gun it was?
Don't know.
You don't know other than you just shot it. That's what you're going with. Myself and Detective Kransky are sitting here trying to help you, and the best you got is, I don't know, I just shot the gun. That's as honest as you're going to be with both of us. After we're sitting here trying to help you, have you getting in a lot of trouble? Okay, you're still getting arrested. We can't control that. But there's a big difference in us writing in a report saying that you were honest with us, or that we found it on our own.
Given the outcome of the information provided in this video, He provided law enforcement with a substantial amount of information. Considering the new policy in the hip-hop community, which discourages snitching, does his age make his actions classified as snitching? Anyway, we would like to extend a special thanks to Rack Rarest for the footage.
I know, man. I know. I just was saying how the nigga sick of all the snitch shit, right? But every time you turn around, it's a new fucking snitching report about some fucking rapper or some shit. Even if it's old. So that was the main topic of hip hop discussion right now. Artist Ynw Melly when he was 15. That famous shooting he talked about in his songs when he was 15. I can't remember what songs it was, but it's a few songs he be talking about. Y'all heard what I did when I was 15? That was him basically telling everything about that shooting. Now, 15 is a kid. It's definitely a kid. It's an adolescent, right? But the difference is, when you in this street shit, and when you come from this shit, and when you on some street shit, regardless if you 20, 30, 16, telling is telling, bro. You can't now, granted, somebody can make the argument that, hey, Melly was just a kid, he didn't know no better. I've heard that before. People use that excuse. Me personally, I mean, I got booked a few times when I was 15 and 16 and shit, a few times with the gang and everything sometime. And nigga, never have I ever. You would never find no shit of me telling on nothing, nigga. I don't know if it's just because maybe I was raised a little rougher than Ynw Melly. I came up a little faster than him, you know what I'm saying? Maybe. But still, man, that's always, like, that's a tarnish on your record, bro, regardless of the fact. When you was a kid, it just is, bro. It's kind of like, when you catch a charge as a kid, and then when you say you catch a charge as an adult, but they can't use the shit against you as a kid, that's kind of how we can, like, put it in that box, in that frame. But telling is telling, nigga. If you 15 and you off in the street and he talking about he get to show niggas, it sounded like he was a kid getting bullied. I get that, but you took it to a gangster route and now you done grew older. That was only, if he was 15 and he 24 now, he been locked up for 4 years. That wasn't that far away from when allegedly all this shit happened that he's going through now. That shit happened when he was what, 20 or 8? How old was he? He was close to 15. I think he might have been 9, because if he's 24, he's been locked up for like 5 years. Yeah, so that was only 3 or 4 years before all the shit with rest in peace YNW Juvie, YNW Sanchez, this whole situation. So it's like, I mean, and it is from 15 to 18, that is a mature change, but it's only a 3-year. I don't know. I was pretty much the same person at 15 as I was at 18. I'm just saying, like, I knew at 15, if I'm gonna be in this street shit and beefing with niggas and going and get guns and doing all this type of shit, I can't tell. I always knew that was against, like, maybe I'm more street knowledgeable than him though, but that just goes to show you, man, that don't be jumping in that water, man. Because even though this is old, like I said, it's motherfuckers that's gonna really hold this against you, Melly. I promise y'all, I didn't know this was gonna come out. I just was saying earlier, man, I'm tired of this. But every time, the snitching thing is such a trend and such a fad that people are probably digging up people old interrogation videos and shit. Like, that shit crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that shit crazy. That shit is crazy, bro. Like, he was like, nigga, it was a Trey 8. He even said that, and then at the end, well, towards the end, he was like, I ain't that type of person. I ain't gonna tell. He talking about he ain't gonna tell who threw it in the water or who got rid of the gun. But you just told him the nigga that you was beefing with, his last name, one of their last names. You told him that you shot. You told him the whole shit. Some niggas pressed you. What kind of guns niggas had? How close did you just niggas' last names? And I mean, like I said, the only excuse somebody can even make for him on there is that he was 15. But man, any real nigga know in this street life, nigga, I don't give a fuck if you 15 or you 50, nigga. You snitch, nigga. You break any of them codes, which is really snitching, the most vital code, nigga. It's a tarnish, it's a stain on you, bro. Niggas gonna always remember that shit, bro. I mean, look at niggas like even like Paparazzi Poe. Shout out Paparazzi Poe. I don't know him, but you know he always claimed Alpo, who got killed, the infamous snitch Alpo, as his father. And I seen an interview a while back. He was talking about how when he grew up, he went through a lot of shit just by him, Alpo, a snitch being his dad. Not even him snitching, just his dad snitching. Niggas then cut him and all type of shit. Like, so nigga, you can even if you're pop, so you're the big homie snitch, niggas can hold that against you. So nigga, you actually on the tape doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you young, but I mean, it won't like you was 8 and you caught this case when you was 18. Okay, we could be like, all right, he was 8. Still, you know what I'm saying? I mean, 8 is kind of considered all right, but still, that, you know, 8. But nigga, you was 15, bro. You knew what the fuck was going on. You know how this shit go. You know how this street shit go, bro. You know the rules of this shit, my nigga. I don't give a fuck, man. I say, man, I tell niggas, stay out that water. Don't get in that water if you ain't ready to swim or drown, nigga. Because it get vicious in that motherfucker. 1 minute you out on the block shooting and banging and grinding and trapping. Next minute you sitting in a fucking squad car or something, and now they trying to give you some years, nigga. Before you jump in that water, just know if that's the path that you want to take. To all my 15-year-old niggas and young niggas, I ain't saying you a snitch or nothing like that, or you're a potential snitch. I'm just saying this, before you put yourself through that shit, are you built tough? Ask yourself, am I really in it for the long haul? Like, I would say steer clear, but you know, I can't tell everybody what to do. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and notification bell, man. I'm gone. Yeah,
I smoking gas, feel like I cute. Feel like I cute. Bitch, I'm smoking gas, I feel like I cute. I feel like I cute. Bitch, I'm smoking gas, I feel like I cute. Yeah. I feel like I cute, bitch, I'm smoking gas, I feel like I cute, yeah. I feel like I cute, I'm sipping that red solo like I cute, yeah. I got all these bitches on